The 2024 NFL season schedule is finally released, and I know we all can't wait to see some of these incredible matchups coming this season. It's exciting to see the opening weekend kickoff with the Eagles playing in Brazil, not to mention 3 games in England and the other international game with the Carolina Panthers as the quote-unquote home team in Munich, Germany. There is no doubt that the NFL is thriving internationally, and it got me wondering about the Carolina and Jacksonville franchises, who were the last NFL expansion teams back in 1995.
As well as the Houston Texans expansion team in 2002.
The NFL is trusting that Jacksonville will have a good fan showing in London, and Carolina will draw a significant crowd in Germany. So, is it time for the NFL to revisit 2 more expansion teams into the league? It's been almost 30 years since Jacksonville and Carolina joined the NFL, and with the NFL being the world's richest sports league, as well as inking some pretty huge media rights deals with YouTube TV, Prime Video, and as well as their lucrative TV network deals, they are well on their way to reaching their target revenue goal of $25 billion by 2027. With the NFL seeing record TV revenues and in-stadium attendance records, it's time for the NFL to start looking at the next locations for their 2 newest expansion cities. We know the NFL is absolutely thriving right now, but these 2 new expansion teams would be rocket fuel to putting the NFL on a whole different level. So here are the top 5 cities the NFL should seriously consider putting an expansion franchise as soon as possible. You're going to want to stick around to see what city ends up at number 2 on our list. It actually may shock some of you. Now, before I get started with this top 5 list of cities that deserve an NFL team, I want to put some disclaimers out there. First, this list does not include any city or location that has had an NFL franchise in the last 30 years. Trust me, I know St. Louis, Oakland, and hell, maybe even San Diego would want a team back in their town. But this list is for cities that have never had an NFL team before. But I think we all know that St. Louis deserves a team, without a doubt. Stan Kroenke screwed St. Louis over when the Rams moved to Los Angeles and left them without an NFL team. But I'm sure their $790 million settlement with the NFL does soften the pain at least a little bit. Okay, but next disclaimer, this list is not bound by American cities only. So for all of you international fans who think their city should be on this list, let us know in the comments below and why you think you need to be at the top of this list for the NFL to consider them as the next franchise option. All right, let's get started with our top 5 list of cities that deserve an NFL expansion franchise. Number 5, San Juan, Puerto Rico. San Juan's passion for sports is not just a modern phenomenon, but a deep-seated part of its culture, tracing back to the ceremonial competitions of the pre-Columbian Native Americans. Puerto Rico is more known to embrace sports like baseball, basketball, and boxing, but the U.S. territory has embraced the newest American pastime in watching the NFL. According to a 2023 survey by Statista, 45% of Hispanic residents identified as avid NFL fans. Puerto Ricans make up a significant portion of the Hispanic population in the U.S., with about 5.8 million people of Puerto Rican origin living in the mainland U.S. San Juan, the capital of Puerto Rico, has a population of over 555,000 people and ranks higher than St. Louis and is right on par with Kansas City's population. Bringing in a new NFL team to San Juan would do wonders for the local economy, especially bringing in some well-needed infrastructure and development projects. San Juan hasn't fully recovered from the devastation from Hurricane Fiona in 2022. The recovery process has been long and ongoing, with over $1.2 billion in disaster assistance awarded to the San Juan community for emergency measures and permanent reconstruction projects. Building a team and stadium could really revitalize the San Juan community and bring pride and joy to a town already steeped in sports tradition. San Juan is already a relocation team in Madden 24, so why not give them a shot in the real NFL? Number 4, San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio is a town that already has a professional football team in the United Football League called the San Antonio Brahmas. If you haven't had a chance to take a look at the UFL or the Brahmas, I think you should see some of the other videos on our channel. I've included a video I made on San Antonio's UFL team right here at the top of this video. Professional football has been tested in the San Antonio market and it tested off of the charts. The Brahmas put out a good product and the San Antonio fans come out to support their team. This city is definitely ready for an NFL team. And the proof is in the numbers. they consistently draw 12,000 to 13,000 in attendance for their games. Their TV viewership on opening day against the DC Defenders was over 1.22 million viewers. San Antonio is ready for the NFL. Austin, Texas was even considered as a possible location with all of their vast growth, but a couple of our viewers pointed out that Austin would be one hell of a logistical nightmare to get a franchise. The infrastructure between San Antonio and Austin would not be able to support the huge crowds from an NFL stadium, but it sounds like the San Antonio area could. But the most important question remains: what would you call a team from San Antonio? And what would their team colors be? Let us know what you think their mascot and team colors would be if the NFL decided to make a franchise in the San Antonio area. Next up, we've got our top 3 locations where they downright deserve an NFL franchise. But before we reveal our top 3, I just want to show you some of our honorable mentions. I thought long and hard about these cities, and it was a tough decision to leave them off the list, but at the end of the day, the top 3 cities just beat these honorable mentions. Here they are: Omaha, Nebraska, El Paso, Texas, and Portland, Oregon. Okay, so Omaha was really close to making our list, not because of Peyton Manning and everyone's fascination with his audible call, Omaha.
Passes being Thomas, most of it being Thomas after, but it's Omaha!
No, Omaha is a pretty cool town in Middle America where the closest NFL team is almost 200 miles away. With their population of close to 500,000 people in the city, there's no doubt that Omaha would love to have an NFL franchise. The next honorable mention is El Paso, Texas. Now, El Paso didn't make the list strictly because there are too many damn teams in Texas already. You have the Cowboys, the Texans, and if San Antonio were to get a team, that would make Texas with the state that has the most NFL teams in the country. It was tough to leave them off the list, but San Antonio narrowly beat them out. And the last honorable mention of the cities that didn't make the cut to get an NFL expansion team is Portland, Oregon. Not to get too much into the politics stuff, but Portland would be too much of a hot mess to embrace an NFL expansion team. The good citizens of Portland who love their Trailblazers and Timbers would definitely love an NFL team, but for a variety of reasons, it just wouldn't work out. Okay, so we are now at the top 3 cities that deserve an NFL expansion team. Let's start with number 3. Hampton Roads, Virginia. Hampton Roads, Virginia is the home of 7 cities: Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Chesapeake, Hampton, Newport News, Suffolk, and Portsmouth. These cities combined have a population of 1.5 million people inside of a 30-mile radius. Hampton Roads is the home to several military bases, including the largest naval base in the United States in Norfolk. It's also home to one of the largest maritime ports on the East Coast. The people of Hampton Roads don't have a major sports franchise, but they have consistently made efforts to cheer for the Washington Commanders and Carolina Panthers, both of which are close to 4 hours away driving distance. With the heavy transient population, you have a wide range of fans that celebrate a variety of NFL teams. But building a professional football team in Hampton Roads would build wonders for that community. What better way to show the military and their community some love than to give them an NFL franchise? They actually could be number 2 or even number 1 on my list, but you'll see in a second why they got beat out by those cities. So here we are at number 2, and it may shock some of you. The next city that deserves an NFL expansion team is Mexico City, Mexico. The last NFL game in Mexico City was on November 21st, 2022 at Estadio Azteca, where the San Francisco 49ers beat the Arizona Cardinals 38-10 in front of a crowd of 78,000 fans. Mexico City has consistently put up 76,000 to 78,000 people in Estadio Azteca, and with the renovations currently underway in preparation for the 2026 World Cup, there is no doubt that Mexico City will be able to pack their stadium with over 100,000 people consistently for their home games. The flights from Mexico City to any of the other major West Coast cities is very easy, and all of the East Coast cities are doable to be flown in 5 to 6 hours. The fans in Mexico City are die-hard NFL fans. The logistics to and from Mexico City are easily managed, and the infrastructure will already be in place after the 2026 World Cup. This is a no-brainer for the NFL to select as their next franchise location. And finally, we have the number 1 place where the city or location absolutely deserves the next NFL expansion franchise: Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma absolutely deserves an NFL expansion team. Hands down, no doubt about it. Tulsa is right in the heart of America, and the nearest NFL team to Tulsa is 260 miles away, and it's the Dallas Cowboys. The people of Tulsa deserve to cheer for their own NFL franchise, and not a team that's in another state and over 4 hours driving distance away. There's over 400,000 people living in Tulsa, and if you didn't know this fact about Tulsa, I need you to pay attention to this quick but important history note about Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa used to be called Black Wall Street. Yep, that's right. Tulsa used to be called Black Wall Street because it was home to one of the most prosperous African-American communities in the early 1900s. The Greenwood District in Tulsa became a thriving hub of black entrepreneurship, culture, and wealth. The Greenwood District boasted a significant number of black-owned businesses, including banks, hotels, cafes, movie theaters, luxury shops, and the list goes on. This concentration of successful enterprises was a rare sight at a time when segregation and racial discrimination were prevalent throughout the United States. Tragically, the success of Black Wall Street came to an extremely violent end during the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. A white mob attacked the Greenwood District in Tulsa, destroying homes and businesses and killing an estimated 100 to 300 people. The massacre devastated the community both economically and socially. Needless to say, Tulsa has never been the same since. Fast forward to today, and the NFL and its players are currently comprised of over 53% African Americans. What better way for the NFL to show their commitment to a well-deserving community than to bring community development, sports, entertainment, and the largest sports business in the world to the city that built Black Wall Street? Now, there's only one question that remains. What do you call that team in Tulsa, Oklahoma? So there you have it, my picks on which cities deserve an NFL expansion team. Tulsa and Mexico City would embrace their new teams like you wouldn't believe, and the NFL would be better off with having them in their league. If you didn't see your city or thought my list was way off, let me know what you think in the comments section below. What cities do you think would be better options for the NFL to consider having their next expansion franchises in? Go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel while you're there. We would love to have you join our community. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.